Good morning and welcome to the locker room. Coach Ack here, and today's message is, even when you're coachable, stay humble. What this message really means is, even as we get better, never forget we have a long way to go. Recently, I discovered a leak in a bathroom at home. The water spilling through a crack in the shower was a pretty basic indicator. And like most guys, the thought process that fired in my mind went something like this. I've dabbled in very basic plumbing issues and haven't killed myself or made my home uninhabitable, so I should be able to handle this. That's such a terrible idea. No matter how open to learning you and I are, and no matter how willing we are to learn from others, sometimes we struggle with a small but crucial piece of that puzzle, and that's determining that we are not experts in a certain area and need help in the first place. For example, when you're a paid professional in a particular field, it may be hard to acknowledge that you can get better by getting coaching, but many of us will get past that. What's trickier is not when we admit we need a mentor to help make us better, but when something is just beyond us. Sometimes we feel just confident enough in ourselves to do something we really should be using a pro for. I don't mean that most of us sit up on an operating table and start telling the doctor what kind of clamp to use, because that would be crazy. But what everyday situations where we get sucked into playing from our weakest point rather than our strongest, that's what we need to be careful of. Being humble allows us to do what we're best at and get help where it makes sense, instead of letting pride wreak havoc on a home improvement project. If you're me, you may be very handy. So today, let's examine what we're beating our heads against the wall with and develop a strategy to empower others to do their thing. When we're all in our strength zones, we're living our best lives. Thanks for joining me in the locker room. Let's make it an amazing day.